So last night, John called. We had the ice storm, right? And I came out. He had no power, which caused his boiler not to come on. And we got here, and what was it, 38 degrees in here, right?
Oh, it was 30.
Yeah.
In the house was 38 degrees.
Yeah, in the house was 38 degrees. So when I got here, you could imagine the heating loops, half of them were froze, half of them weren't. So we were able to get the first floater up and going. And what time I leave here? About 12:40. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. Yeah. So we're back here today, and we have a sun porch that's still frozen. So what we're gonna do is cut a couple drains in there for future problems, and be able to nip it in the butt before it happens. And we're gonna try to unthaw the whole sunroom and see what happens. So last night, what happened was we started running the heaters and everything else in here, and as soon as the heat caught one of these zone heads, that popped, started leaking water all over the boiler. That was the only thing that popped so far. So we were pretty lucky last night that nothing was broken, you know, per se. John, you could close that garage for a little bit. All right. So what we're doing now is we're putting these valves in. Kind of going through things too quick here for you, but we're gonna put these valves in because there's two pipes that feed a separate room, and we can go out inside and kind of take a look. But there's two pipes here that go out through the house, and that whole section of the house froze. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these isolation valves in. What it could do is it could drain that end of the house. God forbid if this ever happens again, or for any type of reason whatsoever, we could isolate that whole end of the house, and we could also drain it and purge it and fill it, whatever we need, right from this valve. It's a nice valve. It's different from some of the standard valves you have on your boilers. You know, gives you a lot of capabilities of doing different things. We'll go outside. I'll show you what froze outside if you want to take a quick peek. The power went out last night, which froze the entire house. We were able to get things going. Just watch your step here. Some shirt's real icy. I'm gonna say I got cleats on mine. Here, I got big boots, so walking my tracks. That whole addition goes out. I don't know if you could stay there. I'll go see. So this is the room that froze. You know, this is his sunroom. So the piping comes out through this house here, and this is the reason why this froze up quicker than the rest of the house, because this jogs out from the actual house itself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cap them inside, see if there's any breaks under here, which we're hoping not, and we're gonna juice it with some hot water and see what happens.
Yeah, see the pipe?
Yeah, I seen that. I was just trying to give people an idea of why it froze, you know?
It comes right through here.
Yep.
On the other side of the door, and then it goes back up.
Okay.
And the return is the same way.
All right. And you said it was well insulated, so I'm not...
Yeah, this is all well insulated, and the pipes over here, I got the black insulation and wrapped and everything.
Oh, so. Beautiful. All right.
And then I said, you know, this would be good for a four-season room over there. So
yeah.
I just done the rest of it and put the heat back there. I put the heat back there and everything.
Okay. That's where I'd spend all my time too, because the sun's like right here, right?
Yeah, well, it comes up over there, and you know, when there's sun in there, it gets nice and warm.
Yeah, it's warm every time I come here with you guys.
Yeah.
Now I can't see anything. Yeah. Yeah, this isn't a huge freeze up here compared to what we had last year. Last year it was the same style house. the kitchen sink burst in a matter of 5 hours. From the owner leaving the house to the owner coming back. The kitchen sink burst, shut the boiler down. When we got there 7 hours late, you know, so it was 5 hours, the owner left, he came back. The whole house was a river of water coming down, going out the garage. By the time we got there, it was so cold that it froze all the heat lines, the boiler froze up. It was a huge mess. It cost the owner $150,000, you know, of insurance, but still, it was just, yeah, it was very inconvenient for the homeowner, and you know, it was like 4 or 5 months worth of construction, just all over, you know, a simple small pipe burst, you know. So let's go and try to hook up the cables and see what we got. All right, so this is what we call our pipe thawing machine, or save your pipe machine. So what happens is the piping inside your home freezes, and the inner part of it just freezes solid. So before it splits and actually causes damage, we got to somehow thaw that out. And a lot of places you can't get to with a heater or you know, some type of equipment to thaw it. So basically what this does is, you know, if you took, it has two big clamps, and it sends actually small doses of electricity through these clamps. And what we do is we clamp one piece of pipe on one side and one piece on the other, and whatever's frozen in the middle is essentially going to thaw. The smaller amount of sections you do, the quicker it is. The larger apart they are, the longer it takes to thaw that pipe. Sometimes when we thaw it, it exposes leaks because the pipe already burst. But I just did this last night in his bedroom, and we were able to get him up and going last night with no problems, which is, you know, generally what we're trying to do here. So, so right now we're going to apply these and put a little water on it and see if we could again get it to flow. The next step is while we were gone, we were able to circulate water through what we thought was, well, it was frozen, but we thought it may be, hold on. Look out, code red. We thought these pipes may have been burst, you know, but we circulated water through them and they held. So we're gonna liven everything up and get some heat on so John can sit back and put his feet up and relax for a little while.
There we go.
Just trying to plan my attack here. This is a zone valve, so we're gonna match the two that he has up there with a brand new one, because this was part of the problem that happened last night when we started thawing the house out. All of a sudden the zone valve broke apart and started splashing water all over his brand new boiler here. Alright. How's it look, Kelvin? Good? Beautiful. Gerald proposed over the weekend. Oh, yeah.
He graduated up in Canada.
Yeah.
Where it's really cold.
Yeah.
I told him to keep that cold up there.
Yeah, we don't want that down here. Actually, after this week, I want summer already.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to find my groove here.
What kind of solder do they use today?
Non-lead. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, we were just talking about it. So, you know, like the PVC glue, like for a PVC pipe or something, it lasts maybe 2 months in our truck, and you have to throw the whole container out. Some chemical they took out of it, it don't last as long. It actually gels up now,
Oh.
Yeah, and it literally, you go to use it one day after you just open it, and it's a big hunk of gel. You know, it doesn't.
And it's not because of the temperature or anything.
No, it's just it's something they took out of it now, because it says right on the container some contaminant or chemical they took out of it. I mean, it's.
Taking all the good stuff.
Yeah, literally. Hey John, you got a little a rag I could use?
Sure. Oh.
I'm gonna ruin that, so make sure it's not a good
I
shit.
got a ton of them.
Thank you.
Small yellow torch?
Yeah, the propane. Did I bring it in here?
Right there.
Oh, yeah. They said out too late. They can't get my head straight today. That's good. Better dip this one in there. Open that valve a little more. Yeah, there's just.
Pressure in there?
Yeah, there's no way for the water to go backwards through this.
All right.
So there's pressure in there, not a lot, but there's no way to drain from here that way, you know, unless we cut a pipe, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to tell you about the quality of.
Until it stops.